Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a get ready with me, but I feel like I put a little bit of a twist on it. As you guys know, I have recently put up 2 project panning videos. The first one is my 2020 project pan, where I'm panning 7 products and just rotating them out as I complete them or hit pan on them. And then my second is a pan those eyeshadows roulette, where I'm randomly selecting 5 eyeshadows, and then as I hit pan on them, I'm selecting a new one with the goal of trying to hit pan on as many eyeshadows in my collection as possible this year. So with that being said, I have a total of 12 products that I'm working on to pan this month and into the future months if I don't pan or complete those products. But I figured, since I'm using them so much over this month and I kind of have a couple like go-to looks, that it would be fun to film one of those looks and show you guys how I'm using the products that I'm trying to pan. I've been watching a lot of project pan videos, but I haven't really seen this one. I am sure that it exists out there. There is no question in my mind that it does, but you know, I felt like it's kind of unique because I haven't seen a lot of the people that I follow doing project pans do videos like this. But basically, I'm going to be showing you guys how I use pretty much every product that I'm trying to pan on my face. This is kind of a spoiler, but there is one product that I'm not using. Hint, hint. Guess why? But you will find out why in the next update. But with that being said, I am not going to actually show you the progress that I've made on these products. I'm going to put in clips of the product that I'm using from the intros to my project pan videos, so that way I'm not spoiling anything else for the updates that are coming at the end of this month. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I use the products that I'm trying to pan and how I also created this look, then please keep watching. Okay, so I am going to start off with my eyes, and I'm just going to use my Lorac eye primer. And then to set that, I'm going to go in to my Too Faced Everything Nice palette and use the color Dream On, and this is one of the shades from my Pan Those Eyeshadows project. So I'm gonna pull this up and just set my eyes with it. And this shade, honestly, it doesn't have a lot of pigment to it, so I realized like the best way to use it in this project, like at all, is just to use it to set my eyes. Next, I'm gonna grab my Makeup Geek eyeshadow in the shade Creme Brulee. This is from my 2020 project pan, and I am trying to completely finish this eyeshadow because going into that project, I'd already hit pan on it. So because it's just a matte light brown, I'm just going to work this shade into my crease. After that's laid down, I'm going into my Storybook Cosmetics palette, and I am picking the color Woods. It's a little bit deeper than the brown matte shade I was just using from Makeup Geek, and this is part of my Pan Those Eyeshadows project. So because of that, I'm using it. If I didn't need to use the Makeup Geek eyeshadow, I could probably just use this on its own. But because it's a bit deeper, it's nice to just darken up the crease with it and use it for blending as well. So I'm just taking a little bit of that and going a little bit below the Makeup Geek eyeshadow and into my crease. I'm gonna hang on to this brush, but I'm gonna switch for right now, and I'm going into another one of my shades from my Pan Those Eyeshadows project, and this one is Pinker from the ABH Jackie Aina palette. And it's this beautiful shade that I'm going to put in the outer half of my eye, or put on the outer half of my eye. And the nice thing about doing your eyes first is you can kind of really be as messy as you want in the outer corner, because we are going to clean that up after. So I'm just going to take my time and get a nice layer of this down in my outer corner. Now that we have that pinker shade laid down in the outer corner, I'm going to do the rest of my lid. And so I'm going to grab my MAC Fix Plus spray to wet my brush. I'm just going to take this flat brush and just wet this. And then I'm going to go into that 4th shade from my Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette from Morphe, which is, again, another one from my Pan Those Eyeshadows project. I'm gonna pick that up on the wet brush and just put that on the inner half of my lid, and then also blend that out into that pinker shade, and then we'll just go over that again to fix the blending. Okay, once that shade is laid down, I'm going back into pinker and I'm just blending a little bit on top of where both those colors hit each other. That way it's a more seamless blend. And then just pulling it a little bit up into the crease. I'm going back into Woods, blending this into the crease again. That is where we're gonna leave the eyes for right now. We do have a couple more steps and then obviously have to do our lower lash line, but I'm going to move on to primer and foundation next. But first I'm just gonna clean up the outer corner. So I'm just using some micellar cleansing water and a Q-tip. And I just clean up that messy outer corner and we're good to go. So for primer today, I'm just using this Ulta brand mattifying face primer. I really like how this makes my skin feel. It's super smoothing. After that primer, I'm just gonna lay down a little bit of concealer. I don't need a ton, so I'm not going to use a ton. And that was just a Maybelline Fit Me concealer. And then on top of that concealer, I'm just going to use my Kat Von D powder foundation. This is part of my 2020 Project Pan. I don't like to use the sponge that comes with it. I prefer just using a big powder brush. This is from Morphe. I think it gives me a more natural look. Even though it's powder foundation, I feel like sometimes with the sponge, it just looks really, really heavy. Whereas this, I think, gives it a more normal look. Okay, I'm gonna move on to bronzer, and I'm just gonna use this Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Island Ting. This is not part of the Project Pan, but is one of my favorite bronzers, so I'm just gonna quickly put some of this on. Next is blush, and the blush I am using is from my Project Pan, my 2020 Project Pan, and it is my Makeup Geek blush in the shade Romance. My highlight is also part of my 2020 Project Pan. It is my e.l.f. highlight, or it's an e.l.f. baked blush in the shade Pinktastic, but it is for certain a highlight, so I'm just gonna grab some of that and put it on my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, and my Cupid's bow. Now that all of that powder product is down, I'm gonna quickly spray my face with my Kiko Milano face makeup fixer, especially because I'm using a powder foundation. I just like to get it all set down before I move on to the rest of my eyes and my brows and everything. So going back to my eyes, I'm using another product from my 2020 Project Pan, and this is this Avon pencil eyeliner. So I'm just going to line my waterline and then tightline with it. Now I'm going to smudge that out. I'm using this pencil brush from Morphe, and I'm going to start with the shade Pinker, and I'm going to put this one closer to the lash line. And then I'm going to grab that Woods color again from the Storybook Cosmetics palette, and I'm going to put that a little bit lower down than the pinker shade and kind of just blend it down. Before we finish the eyes, I'm going to go back up and do my brows quick. So I am just going to use my ColourPop Brow Boss pencil, which I love because of the spoolie. And I'm just going to quickly fill my brows in. I'm going to set my brows down with my Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Gel. Next is one of my favorite parts of this eye look, and that is because of this highlight shade. I never really used this shade, and then I ended up choosing it first for my Pan Those Eyeshadows project, and now I've been using it quite a lot. So it is the Enlight shade from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm just going to grab that on a brush, and I'm going to highlight my brow bone with it. And then I'm going to grab it on my finger And I'm going to put this on my inner corner and put it up a little bit into the inner corner of my lid as well. I absolutely love how it brightens up this eye look. I think it just looks so pretty, and I'm so glad that I basically discovered it through my Project Pan, because I just love how that looks on the inner corner. We're gonna do mascara next. I'm just going to use this Big T's mascara from Buxom. I'm gonna quickly coat my lashes with that. Mascara is on, so next I'm going to move on to lips. So the last step of this look is lips, and I'm using my lippy stick from ColourPop in the shade Bound. This is part of my 2020 Project Pan. And on top of that, I'm going to put a little bit of gloss. This is the Iconic London Gloss. This is from like my BoxyCharm, but I'm just going to put a little bit of gloss in the center of my lips. And then that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed getting to see how I use the products that I'm panning and how I created this look. This is kind of the go-to look that I have been wearing with these products. With that being said, I'm definitely trying different things, especially with the eyeshadows. But for the most part, this is kind of the go-to look that I really have been enjoying. So I hope you guys enjoyed getting to see how I'm using all of those products, how I created this look. And if you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Stick around for the end of this month where you will see the updates on all of the products that I just talked about. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.